G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Here I am back in the woods, and I've got some outrageous predictions for you. And just to tee you up on how awesome I am at predicting things, I'll pick some predictions that I got right, maybe ignore some I got wrong, but I haven't seen any, so you know, you find them, I'll own up. I was going over this morning over some videos that I did on We Are Tottenham TV and Irish Hotspur before Ange Postecoglou signed on the dotted line. So I'll give you 3 predictions I got bang on the money. And also THFC Till I Die. I'll give you them in increasing order of preposterousness. So number 1. I said that Ange would get the fans on side and he would unite the fan base very quickly, and people won't believe how good it is at Tottenham. Now I'm right in that, of course, but did I think it would be this quick? Nope. Did I think it would be this powerful? No, I did not. When I hear people like James Black, the voice of Tottenham, say things like the atmosphere at the Man United game was the best he's seen since the week after we qualified for the Champions League final. No, that's not what I expected. But I knew from experience of what he did at during his time as Australia coach. Is this recording? Yeah, it is. Oh, I've put the camera the other way around and the numbers at the top, so I couldn't see it. Sorry, man. I knew from his time in Australia, in Yokohama and Brisbane and Celtic, that's just what Ange does. I knew he would win over a lot of fans with his first press conference. So you know what? I'll give myself half a point. I'll give myself half a point for that, because that was a bit of a tap-in for me, really, that one. The next preposterous prediction I made before Ange even walked in the door, I said that Sarr and Basuma would shine in midfield. Now, the reason I'm saying this is preposterous is a lot of people, I'm not talking about necessarily Spurs fans here, because I know some Spurs fans agreed with me on this one, but Basuma was largely written off as a bit of a flop. We didn't get the player we had at Brighton. You know, he's not going to fit in. And I mean, who knows what happened to him last year? There's, you know, it could have been the style of football, illness, whatever, you know. But the shackles are off, Basuma. Good to see you running around, Eve. Keep going, man. Keep going. And Sarr was I'd say was fairly preposterous, because we'd only seen him a couple of times. But I remember seeing him in that first game. I think it was in January last year, or January this year, where I just thought the kid had it. He had some special sizzle, some crackle. He was very crisp. And I'm saying preposterous prediction because a lot of people had them on their loan him out for a bit more experience list, and I had him on the play him, he's better than Ollie Skip list. That's what I had. And so for that one, you know what? I'm going to give myself 5 points for that one. 5 points for that one. And the third one I picked out, which I said on THFC Till I Die. I can't find the clip, I haven't looked for it, but I know I said it. If you don't believe me, I don't care, because, you know, I'm just playing games with myself then, aren't I? But this is the most specific and ridiculous prediction I made. I said that in Ange Postecoglou's first press conference, he would talk about how important the 1981 FA Cup final was for him as a kid, watching it with his dad. And that's exactly what he did. So, you know, that was pretty out there, that one. I'm going to give myself 10 points for that. But look, I did all that without the aid of data models, AI, all that crap, neural networks. I did it because I just, you know, it's just what I knew, basically. It's what I felt. And that's when I think we're as best as human beings, when we go by what we feel. I'm all about emotions, not facts, which goes against the grain of 21st century dialogue, but it's all about feelings to me. So, without using any more modelling, I'm going to give you a few predictions now, and let's see how we go on how preposterous people think they are. My first one is Spurs will win a cup this year. Maybe not that preposterous, a little bit preposterous because we haven't won one in a while. If I was to be a bit more preposterous about that prediction, I would say we would win the FA Cup this year, or this season rather. Don't technicality me, mate. I know the season's split over the end of the year, even though Australian sport doesn't work that way. I still remember. We're going to win the FA Cup this season. I wouldn't rule out the League Cup either, but I think the FA Cup is the one to go on. And the reason I feel that way is because it goes back to Ange Postecoglou's childhood, were the only real, well, the big main game that you got from English football on in Australia back in the 70s or whatever and early 80s was the FA Cup, and that's imprinted on him. That's imprinted on Ange Postecoglou's magnificent football brain. So is he going to want to win it? You bet your bottom dollar he's going to win it. So there we go. That's a fairly preposterous prediction, but not, a lot of people would be saying that. So let me see if I can give you let's see if I can be a bit more preposterous for you. Okay, here's one. While I'm not ruling out by any means winning the Premier League this year, we will definitely win it next year. 100%. That's fairly preposterous, isn't it? That's a bit out there. No one's really saying that. So I'm going to go with that. We might qualify for Champions League this year. We won't win the Champions League next year because I don't think we'll be ready for it. But what we're going to do, because Tottenham Hotspur, don't forget, is the greatest team the world has ever seen. We're going to win the Champions League. We're going to win it old styley. We're going to win it European Cup styley. So the year that we win the Premier League, which may be this year, but definitely next year, the year after we first do that, we will win the Champions League. We are going to do it properly. We're not going to do any of this crappy sneaking in 5th place and then jamming our way up to the final somehow. No, we're going to be champions of England and Wales, and then we're going to win the European Cup proper. Now that's fairly preposterous. What's that I hear? Not preposterous enough? Well, okay. Let me make this further prediction. When we win the European Cup, as I'm going to rechristen it because we're going to do it properly, we're going to beat Bayern Munich in the final. The score will be 4-1. The goals will be in the 7th minute, the 23rd minute, the 68th minute, and the 85th minute. The winning goal, our last 4th goal, will be scored by someone who is not yet at the club. It's all misty. So how about that then? Is that ridiculous enough for you? Are people going to say, ridiculous, that's never going to happen, what a one-eyed Spurs fan. I am a one-eyed Spurs fan, and don't you forget it. But that doesn't mean that dreams can't come true. So in summary, my ridiculous predictions are FA Cup definitely this year, maybe a League Cup. Premier League, maybe this year, but definitely next year. And the year we win the Premier League, the following year, we're going to win the European Cup proper. We're going to beat Bayern Munich in the final 4-1. How'd you like them apples? So I'll leave you with that. I will be back tomorrow as we start the run-up to playing Bournemouth. Bookmark this, throw it in my face in 2 years' time when it's all fallen to shit. I don't care. And until next time I see you lovely people, peace and love, man, peace and love, and come on you Spurs.